Oh, morning coffee. First morning coffee of the day, the morning. I just wanted to come on quickly why I'm having my morning coffee, because I've got stuff to go and places to be in a bit, but I've just come across, I was talking about Henry Davis yesterday and his great channel, supporting Trump over there, over the pond. And he's also on, they've also put it up on, I've just found Trump Fan Network on YouTube. That's really good. That's got a load of stories on there, and Brian is on there. They've put it up on there, and it was actually showing you Trump when he was with the lady that gave a speech, African American lady that gave a speech about her job, and it's all about getting jobs back, and I think the title was Trump and African Americans doesn't fit the liberal media's narrative now, does it? That's what it says on it. And then Trump obviously saying with this lady, like I said yesterday, African Americans' unemployment stands at the lowest ever record. Also, along with that, Hispanic Americans, that also is the lowest recorded record ever. Stick it in your pipe and smoke it. That's what I was saying yesterday. That's what Henry Davis was saying. And that's why he was getting upset, because that's great news. I mean, lowest recorded unemployment ever, in a very, very, very long time. Trump did that, guys. Trump did it. Not Obama, not the Clintons, not Bush. No, Trump. So go and figure that one out, people. Also, I was watching Red Pill Phil Factory. I think it was from yesterday, going on about, the Tommy marches on Saturday and the Trump marches of support as well. They've got the, the banners up for Free Tommy and the banners up for Britain Loves Trump. Apparently the police are trying to stop the march. Wonder why that is. Or saying they don't want it here or they don't want there. Wonder why that is. And I'm just looking forward to today. I've already been out in my Trump top, but it is, even though it's raining, it's still quite humid over here, and it's a really thick t-shirt, so it is pretty hard to wear. But I've been out in it this morning, doing the old bit of support that I can do, because I can't go to the rallies, but and the marches, but I do my bit on here, and whenever I can, and I'll be wearing it after when I go out. Also on the Trump Fan Network was the story about Alice Johnson, the woman who, I think she had a bit of problems with drugs or did something years ago, but it wasn't as big as they made it out, and then she got sent to prison for, life or whatever. But Trump saw her, could see she was a good person, deep down, because it wasn't a major big thing. But that him saying about that story is on Trump Fan Network, if you want to go and, if you like Trump and you want to go and check the things that are going on over there. And it's just a good day today. I know I'm not going to get to see him, obviously, but I'll be keeping my eye out on YouTube for what's going on and all the porky pies lies that, those on the left are going to put out, because that'll be actually fun to see. I am going to watch the video on NATO, because Trump told them like it is, told them off and told them what's going to happen while they're all sat there squirming in the seats at the NATO, was it breakfast or dinner, meeting? Yes. So it's going to be quite fun from today, and but we don't need to get violent, peeps, on these on these protests. Don't know why the police want to stop it, because Khan said, as long as it's peaceful, that's what we've been doing. But it'll be just exciting to see what stories come out, because it'll be fun to see the stories of the media that come out, because we all know how they play it, but it'll be just fun to see what they actually say compared to what is actually going on. And like I said, the people who are at these events and that, they see what's going on, in reality, despite what they're putting on, plastering all over the news. So I think it's probably going to be, they're going to be hammering it today on mainstream media, I'm sure they are. Hi Tapper777. I'm sure they're going to be plastering everything out hardcore today, basically today onwards, it's just bonkers. But yeah, I'm sure we'll get them snippets at some point, you know, of meeting the Queen or whatever, because we've all seen the other ones when they've had the red carpet rolled out, so it should be fun. But I just wanted to come on to say, every time I watch that video of Henry Davis, it just makes me want to, I could fill up now, because that's just tears of joy, you know, especially like he says, for his perspective, because he's a black man, his perspective living in America as a black man, and how things are changing now because Trump's in office. America is beginning to wake up. You know, the people of America are beginning to wake up, and people of Britain are beginning to wake up. You know, you've got your Make America Great Again. It's Make Britain Great Again, like I said last night. Every country around the globe that wants a country back, you know, there's nothing offensive or racist about every country wanting to make their country great again, like it was once upon a time, until the evil set in. But I'm just feeling very vibrational at the minute, very like, I don't know, because I can feel it. I can feel it in the air. I can feel the goodness of Trump, but I can also feel that it's sort of exciting. Well, it is exciting. It's very exciting. But the thing of like, ooh, what they're going to be posting out today, what stories can they make up, you know, keep tripping over yourselves, mainstream media, because you're going to get, we know we were awake what you're doing, but with those who are asleep, they're going to start seeing little snippets of things and thinking, that doesn't make sense. So you keep putting your crap out there, and you'll just keep tripping over yourself, and people can see you for what you are. I thought I was waiting up late last night, because I was up late last night because I thought Eddie OK was doing a video, so I'm not sure if I got the days wrong again, or maybe they were filming it and putting it on, or I live in a sleepy village in Wales, and I think there's an out going on. They think I'm mad. Oh, they will. My mum lives in Wales, and it's dead hard to talk to her. She's awake to some stuff because she knows, because she doesn't have the internet. She doesn't really watch telly. She thinks, like, obviously older traditions are better, and she can't get her head around some of the stuff we do today. So she's awake at that sense. But then when I start telling her about all the other, not the stuff that's going on politically, sort of in front of us, like we know the stuff behind the scenes, like Reverend Simon Sideways he put a video on the other day. May I ask whereabouts Simon? I don't know where that is. She was in Towyn. She's moving to Rhyl. She's down that way, North Wales. But I think it was a few days ago. It was about the Pope, and he was saying that he's not religious, neither am I, but I believe in a creator God. You know, I believe in heaven and hell. But he was saying something about, oh, you South Wales. He was saying something about he doesn't get the Pope, and he wants Catholics to be aware that. And I know some Catholics do not like the Pope Francis. And he said there's just something about him. He's not really sticking up for, like, those Catholic belief sort of things, the church's belief. And he is pure evil. Sorry if anyone's offended on there. He's evil. He's not sticking up for the rights of the church. He has said a few things. He said on Simon was talking about the other day about the sort of things he's spouting out and telling people to get with other people of different cultures, that culture, that religion of peace, to it was like to breed with immigrants and this, that and the other. But the thing is, because there's less population of maybe Indigenous people. Now what I say to that is, well, maybe if they stop taxing us and this, that and the other like they do, and stop giving money away to other people and start giving it to the Indigenous people and letting them have more kids, maybe we wouldn't have a problem. We don't need to breed with what the Pope was saying, because we can do that ourselves. If you're bringing in all abortion and this, that and the other and all this crap that's going on, blah, 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 we don't need that. We can breed ourselves, but they make it damn hard for people to do that, of certain cultures, because, They're telling us, they're making it hard, you know, putting people on welfare, doing this, that and the other, so you can't afford kids. But in other countries, it's all right. Or they can come here and they get loads of money and they're allowed to have loads of kids because that's what their culture does. Well, that's what we can do as well, if you sort of get what I'm saying. And also, it's also done, I've seen... Yeah, your birth certificate probably does end up in the Vatican because you know that you just sign your kids away and that when we sign the birth certificate, it's not what we think it is. The Vatican's very evil, and he also did the Lord's Prayer on something, and instead of saying that part, and I've seen it on video, it's all out there for people to see, instead of saying it, he mumbled through it, and when he got to the bit where it says, yeah, straw man, what's that bit in the... I will be done on earth that it is in heaven. He doesn't actually say that. He says on earth that it is in... He says hell. He says hell because we all know he worships Lucifer. We all know he's there. He's like the Antichrist. He's bringing it in, making them poor people that believe that he's all for the Catholic Church and that. No, he's not. He's a Freemason and he worships Lucifer. That's what's up with him. That's why some people are not getting him. He's not doing the right things. He's standing up for the... He might say something sometimes, but if you actually look what he's doing... He's not. He's a liar. He's a deceiver. There's a lot of deceiving going on. And that's the thing with sometimes you've got to be very careful. There's people in places, as we know, the government, this, that and the other, in places of that you look up to and think that they're supporting you or, you know, doing the right. So some people would look at the Pope and think, how dare you say that? He's a, you know, servant of God or whatever. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. Lucifer gets in there and deceives people. He is Luciferian. He is a Mason. He's a Freemason. Everyone wonders about these Freemasons and people say this, that and the other. If you're at the bottom of Freemason, I don't think you'll know. But what I'm beginning to see, what people are talking about, if it's a secret society and they're holding stuff back, like I said before, all this stuff about what people are talking about, flat earth, alien, but I don't know. Anything that's being kept a secret, and they have all them symbols up in Freemasonry, all them symbols that other people have as well. Did you see the building which they built for the Vatican? Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. If it's a secret, you're trying to keep secrets away from the masses. What's your secret? What's your secret? The Vatican, all that money, they made that building in the Vatican is a serpent. It is a snake's head. You can look at it from a bird's eye view. I've talked about this before. It is a snake's head. When you go inside, Q did say, and like I said, I don't care if you believe in Q or not, Q did say ages ago, who sits on, basically the Antichrist, who's in control, sits on something about the throne, and it's the Vatican. Have you seen what's behind him on that seat? That is not godly. That is not godly. When I first saw that, I'm not religious, but when I saw that, I was like, whoa, how can people go in the Vatican, because there must be people part of it, and look at that disgusting sculpture behind that seat? That's the Antichrist. That is the devil. That is not, what do they say it is? I don't know. That is not Jesus or God or something coming out of something. It's flames it's evil. It looks evil. It looks evil. You don't go in there and think, oh, that's beautiful, you know, like that stained glass window, or oh, that's a beautiful statue, and you just sit there and think, oh, wow, you know. You look at that, if you're right in the head, and think, oh my God, that is the evilest, ugliest statue I've seen. That is the Antichrist. He sits there with that behind him. Like you said, the symbolism will be their downfall. Don't believe me? Go and Google. I don't even know what it's called. What's it called? It's something hall in the Vatican. All that money built, it's a snake's head. It looks a bit like this. I'll draw a picture. It sort of looks like, and when you go inside, because it shows you inside, it's a bit like, well, I can't actually draw it, but it doesn't. I'm sure it's sort of like this sort of shape, and it's got like an oval windows, because when you actually go in it, the oval windows, whatever, at the side look like snake's eyes. And then if you look directly down it, it's got like, I can't actually remember, but where maybe the altar is or something, it has these bits that come down. They look like fangs. It is a serpent's head. The serpent, Adam and Eve, who tempted them? Who was a serpent meant to be? You get it? So no. That's what I see. The Pope is no good. Like I said before, just whack my knee on the side. The Vatican is at the top of this map, and underneath that is the Jesuits, Society of Jesus. So we know what you are, the Pope. That's why I said you soon will be seeing something happening with him. It's one of them pictures again where he's had black eyes. They've tried to arrest him. He will be going down because we all know that the top of it is the Vatican. What's going on with the Vatican? But yeah, there's something evil there. A lot of us know that, and a lot of Catholics, I think in Ireland, know they don't like the Pope. They don't like Pope Francis. But apart from that, because I just had to throw that one in there, is, like I said, it should be exciting from today on, and it's going to be funny to see what sort of spew they're going to put out on, you know, mainstream media. I don't know what time he's supposed to be going down to see the Queen and all that, but you just got to look carefully at, like, when you see these things, even if they, obviously, if they put this out on mainstream media, which they should do, Trump meeting the Queen, because they did with everybody else, you know, and they can't really say much about that, but watch people's faces. Watch the Queen's face. I mean, did you see Merkel yesterday? Did you see her body language? Do you think she's been told something? Did you see her body language? Watch people's body language. Like at the NATO, I haven't watched it all yet, but people were squirming in the seats. Just watch eye contact, watch the body language, watch the faces. Like I said, a bit ago, there was a video with Trump, with the Pope. When he was with, there's lots of pictures flying about of him with the Clintons, with Bush, with different people, the Prince of Saudi or the King, whoever, the one who was not very good. Now he's with the Pope, smiling. I think he's doing this as well, you know, in his top, smiling. The one with Trump, a recent one where Melania's got like a black lace on her head and that, and they're in black. He's got a face like a slapped ass. He does not look happy. He's like, he looks like he's just been told something and he's not happy about it. So, you know, there's all that thing of like, we're all waiting for, basically, we're waiting for a lot of stuff to happen and a lot of stuff to get people to get, you know, arrested, this, that and the other. Even though there's a lot of people getting arrested around the globe with the paedophilia thing and all that, but the main ones most people are looking at are Hillary and Obama, and I also say the Pope as well. And then there's all the people after that, you know, with this, you know, the IG report and stuff. But, you know, it's exciting. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what sort of stuff they put out. I guess we'll have to see if these balloons will get, you know, flown today or whatever. But me and my dad were just saying, if they do fly the Trump balloon, even if they fly the Sadiq Khan balloon, will they actually film it? Will they actually show it? Because they can pretend, you know, and just film the Trump balloon, even if they're right next to each other. They'll just cut that piece out and they'll put that bit up because that's how they do it. Edit it out. Don't even put it in. Don't even film that side. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm just saying, people of Great Britain, you need to wake up. You know, if you're a patriot of Great Britain, no matter what culture, you know, what colour skin you've got or whatever, it doesn't matter. You need to start waking up, smelling the coffee and getting out researching and looking at stuff. And just like America are doing with, you know, Henry Davis, it just gets me every time I watch that video. And like I said, it's on his channel and it's also on Trump Fan Network, which is good because it's got more added onto his video about when Trump went to talk about a few other things and talk to a few other people over there, African Americans, which is brilliant. And you can tell in his soul what Trump has. You couldn't tell off Hillary or Obama, especially when she laughs at people getting killed and stuff like that, and she's just mentally insane. No. And they say, and I feel like that with Khan as well, because when he had his interview, he doesn't have no remorse. You can tell he has no soul. He doesn't feel nothing. His face is, you can tell in his face. I started to listen to the Bible online. Do you know what? I'm not religious, but I did actually buy the Bible. I've got a little white one, a little pocket one, because I was just reading stuff, because there are stuff in there that makes a lot of sense. And I do believe, I know people go on about religion and that and this and that, but I do believe it was a book given down I mean, it was way after Christ anyway, but I do believe people picked up the stories or the word of God and put it in a book. And I do believe that things have been twisted and took out to keep us dumb, because that's what everything's about. It's about keeping us dumb and keeping all the truth from us. And that's why I believe these secret societies, I now believe that secret societies and Freemasonry, like I said, it's on a lot of the floors, and it was on the royal wedding as well, is the duality thing, you know, light and dark, good and bad. I do believe that all the people who are in that, they might not know at the bottom as they work their way up. I believe these people go out into the community and, like they say, they can be anyone, you know, a shopkeeper or someone in the police or this, that and the other. They're all there to deceive people, make sure they're catching people and shutting them up and this, that and the other, you know, good people that know. I believe that they're put out into society to keep the truth from people, and they may have YouTube channels and different things going on to deceive and take people away from that, and maybe they use people as actors and stuff like that in certain you know, interviews and things that people want to put out to deceive the nation. And I believe that all over the world. I believe that that's why they're put there. I believe that they know when they get to the top, they're shown what the secrets are and what they don't want to let out to the masses. The secrets have been there for a very long time, how to control us, and that's what they do. I believe that's what I mean, someone tell me different, but I'm starting to believe of stuff that I'm seeing around the net, you know, alternative media, not what they tell us on TV and try to do documentaries on stuff, because there you go again. You know, because they say they're into, you know, they get money for charities and this, that and the other. Well, we all know that a lot of charities, I'm not saying all charities, like Hillary Clinton Foundation, Charity for Haiti, is not what they say it is it? So you can all sit there and say, oh, we're doing this for charity. I don't believe you. It's like the UN. I was watching Rebel Media or something yesterday with Katie Hopkins going to, I can't remember what video it was, but you can go and watch it. And the way the UN have gone into them countries, war-torn countries, and said that, you know, they're using the money, you know, the charity money and this, that and the other, to build houses for people over there who've had the houses blown up and that. Guess what, folks? No, they haven't. They've built a few and then they've left them. What are they using the money for? Funding someone else, were they? Bit dodgy to me. The UN were not sent. They might have been sent over there at the beginning and thought they were going doing something, but it's not what we've been told they're doing. They're funding the wrong side. They're not building houses. They're making out like they're doing all this good, sending the celebrities over there. Now, we know some of the celebrities are in on all this and they're not all good. Or they go over thinking, you know, I'm helping for charity. They film that a little bit where they've built a couple of houses and maybe they go, maybe they're not in it. Maybe they just think, oh yeah, that's true. That's what they've been seeing. And I do believe now, I'm beginning to wonder if this third eye thing everyone goes on about, you know, your third eye, your pineal gland. I'm starting to wonder now is, we see with our two eyes, but when everyone says the world isn't what you think it is, no, because once you open this eye, it's like, step back, oh my God, we've been lied to. That's what it is. That's what your third eye is. You know, we have all the stupid videos on YouTube, like someone with an actual third eye, and you're like, you're really going to have a third eye stuck in your head. I think that third eye, I actually think now it's your third eye of actually seeing, never mind what you see with these eyes, behind the scenes, you basically have three eyes. Yeah, your third eye. You've got your eyes that you see with, which we know you don't see all reality with. Once your third eye's open, that of once you've seen something, you can't not see it. You can't unsee it. Well, yeah, there's that as well. I do believe in all that as well. There's lots of things, like I said, going on Earth, around the universe, whatever. You know, people can go, oh, don't be stupid, don't be that. Well, do you know for definite? No, we all don't, because it's been hidden. Things have been hidden. I believe in spirits and that because, like I said, there's things that have happened. It doesn't mean everyone can see them, but like I've said, doesn't mean just because you can't see something, it's not there. Sometimes you feel it. You know, you can't really see air. You breathe it in. If it's a windy day, you feel it. Do you know what I mean? You can feel something. You can feel a presence sometimes. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. We see things in 3D. There's things beyond 3D that we can't see. You know, I believe there's different realms around us. But that's just me. You know, whatever. And people might go, she's a loony. No, I'm not a loony. I just do think outside the box, and I'm glad to think outside the box because all this stuff that's going on at the minute, you do have to think outside that box. You have to think outside that box of the TV in your room as well, what they're telling you to think, propaganda and the narrative. So, yeah, if you want to check out Trump Fan Network, just in case you're curious. You might not really be into Trump, but they've got some great videos there. And I will say again, Henry Davis, that great video. And I'm just going to keep my eye out. I'm out later, so I will be wearing my Trump top if I don't get too sweaty in it. You know, like I said, don't be feeling down if you're really living what's going on and you can't support in these marches, and that I can't support in the marches, they're too far, but I do it on my platform. I do it on, I've got t-shirts to wear, Trump and Q, and just speaking to people, even if you don't want to get on the platform, you can put things out on Facebook. You're going to get hate though, you're going to get hate, but so what? It's like I said, it's not always those people who are asleep, it's not their fault. Sometimes they get mad, it's because they don't know the truth, they're believing in something. And it's like a lot of people said, try not to get mad. I get mad, you get frustrated, but try and just put snippets of bits out there so when they do see the news, they're going to start thinking. Well, yeah, I mean, that's, I think that's what's going on with certain things with the weight issue with a lot of people these days. And I will say a lot of women, I know men do, but a lot of women, we make excuses up and that and stuff like this. And I might actually do a video on the weight thing, because I'm still losing. I've still got a bit of weight to lose. I'm not saying I'm a skinny bin or anything, but there is an agenda behind weight and all these weight loss things and all these diets and all these weight loss foods as well. And it's not to offend people. It's trying to get the truth out of there of how they're doing stuff. It's all to keep you ill. It's all to keep you ill. When people say, I will say, yeah, I've lost a lot of weight from when I first had my second child, but I will come and do a chat on it. Maybe I'll do it tonight, or no, it might not be tonight. Tonight, tomorrow. It is. I'm trying to retrain my brain, because I was brought up. Me and my dad have discussed this. I was brought up in the generation of when it was, you must eat all your food. You must eat everything on your plate. The starving kids around the world. There wouldn't be starving kids around the world if actually the government in places and the regimes pulled the finger out. It's been kept to keep people starving in the world in certain areas. If people don't believe that, but it's getting out of that cycle of, you must, oh, it's morning. I know all people don't do this, but, oh, it's breakfast time. I must have something to eat. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. It's dinner time. I must have something to eat. Oh, I have a few snacks in between. I'm a bit hungry. Oh, it's this time. It's tea time. Blah, 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 blah. No, it's not about that. I'm trying to do at the minute. I've not had my breakfast yet. I'm trying to do the, I don't like waiting food. No, I'm trying to do the, it's a bit like fasting, the 16-hour, the 8-hour window for eating, but you don't have your breakfast first thing in the morning, because that is, like my dad said, it's breaking your fast. Break fast, breaking your fast. You've got to give enough time for your body to digest your food. If you're always eating and then snacking in between, your head thinks you're hungry. You're not. You're probably thirsty at the end of the day. And it's hard, and that's why we have a problem with dieting, women and some men, because we've been trained that way. Our brain's been trained that way. Look at the adverts all the time thrown out when you're watching TV. While you're watching something you like. Food, 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 food. It's everywhere in your face. Trying to get you to, and then you get addicted, because food is addictive. It is like a drug. They put additives in there, sugars and stuff. Keep you fat and keep you addicted. And I see that now, but it is hard. Hi. Morning. I eat it 3 times a day, plus in between. I'm a skinny bugger and I love it. Yeah. But you know what I mean, of that, like, not giving your body a rest. And I'm trying to break out of that cycle, because you've been in that cycle from being a kid. It's very hard to break out of it. It's retraining your brain not to be like that. I have 1 meal a day and a sandwich at the night time. My dad's like that. He has not breakfast in the morning, but like a sort of brunch. So it's sort of like having your breakfast maybe for dinner, and then he'll have something later on at night, just something little, but he doesn't snack in between it. And he says, because once your stomach gets used to that, your stomach starts shrinking. The more you eat, obviously your stomach starts. Yeah, porridge is a good one, because that fills you up, If you are one of them people that have breakfast in the morning, I'm trying to, see, I would normally get up straight thing is something to eat. Now I'm retraining and I haven't had nothing to eat yet. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Yeah, I would have had something straight away when I got up about 7:30, like some toast with a cup of tea. I've got a coffee, yes, and I've got some distilled water, but I'm trying to hang it on for a little bit later. And I might have a bacon sausage with egg. Not a bacon sausage with egg, a bacon sausage. I might have a bacon butty with egg, and that'll be my like slash dinner. I'm trying to retrain my brain because I know I'm not really hungry. It's just that a lot of people eat out of boredness, you know, like especially at night when you're watching something. It's so easy. And you know you do this, you can have a big packet of crisps and you're eating, and because you're watching telly, you're not really looking at what you're doing and how much you're eating. It's these lazy, so it is lazy sofa munchers. I was a lazy sofa muncher. I've just been in the garden picking peas. My tomatoes are growing. I've been trying to test some things out for this year, and what I'll do it a bit bigger next year. My sweet corn's growing, but I'm not brilliant at gardening, but I do want to get used to it. But that's the thing, that's not offending people. I was one. You know, it's great to sit there, you know, you're watching your favourite programme. And I've done it before. You're eating like, you know, bag of popcorn or something. The next minute you look down and you've ate a massive bag and you're like, shouldn't really eat that. But because you're not listening to your stomach that's full, you're watching something, you're distracted by the TV. So it is, we're getting lazy, and they want us getting lazy because the bigger you get, the illier you get. The illier you get, the more problems you get. The more problems you get, you're off to the doctors. You're getting, you know, your pills and that from Big Pharma. And they keep you ill, by the way. I said check the backs of Big Pharma. Gives you half of the stuff you've got. Also, when I go to the doctors, you know what annoys me? The organic food, which is good for us, but the organic food, that doesn't last that long, but the organic food is not as good as what we think it is because it's sprayed with crap, GMO stuff, this, that and the other, so we're not really winning on any sides, are we? But I try to drink my distilled water, but I guess it's better trying to eat more fruit and veg, even though we know they spray it with loads of crap, or grow your own, even though maybe that's hard with people spraying stuff. But the other thing as well is, and it's expensive. That's why it's expensive. So all us who are on a lower income go and buy all the crappy, shite, processed food, because that's what they do, you know, especially when you've got kids, and keep us on the crap that keeps you ill and gives you cancer and blah, blah, blah. Sorry if people don't believe that, but it's truth. When I go to the doctors, which is not a lot, they always, you know, do that. Do you smoke? No, I don't smoke. Do you drink? No. I had one yesterday for the first time in ages. No. 2 for 5. I thought, yeah. Do you, you know, exercise? I walk a lot because I'm on school runs and stuff. I used to exercise. I need to get back into that. But exercising is housework, ladies. You don't need to break your back. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but me and my dad said, and they've said it to my dad because my dad's 60. I don't know how old you are, Dad, 63 or something. And he does smoke, but he's always smoked. But he does keep himself fit and he doesn't eat loads and this, that and the other. But they always say to me, you smoke? No. Do you drink? No, only if I go out, which I'm not out all the time, so not really. I had one last night, first time in ages. I went 20 years without seeing a doctor. Exactly. And then they said, do you take any medicine? Are you allergic to anything? The only thing I've got is hay fever, and I just think that's to do with the crap that's in the air, because I never used to have it. But apart from that, I'm allergic to cats. But apart from that, no, nothing. I'm fine. They do my blood pressure, I'm fine. But they always look at me like I'm not normal. Because guess what, guys? If you're actually healthy, you're not normal. But if you've got a lot of allergies and you put a bit of weight on and you've got bad cholesterol and your blood pressure's high and you're on every medicine going, that's all right. That's how they want you. That is how they want you. I'm amazed when they ask me that question and the doctor looks shocked, because I'm like, oh, and by the way, the doctors now, they won't tell you to lose weight because guess what, guys? It's fat shaming. You're not allowed to say that word because it's hate speech. Well, I'm sorry. If you put weight on, you've put weight on. People know deep down. We get offensive. I've been offended when my dad said it to me, and my mum says it to me when I was a little bit bigger. And yeah, you do get upset because it hurts, but you know deep down inside. I had dogs. Yeah, it's organic. Wouldn't? Yeah, dogs. What do you mean dogs won't eat organic? Because think about dog food. They won't know. And you get offended, but deep down you know it's true. It only hurts you because you know it's true and you know it's unhealthy. They have just put so much crap in the foods, drink. They have, especially these, you know, like the Monster drinks and all these drinks that are multicoloured, you know, with the additives in there, bad for you, full of sugar. We don't have pop in this house. We don't have sugary drinks. We only have it now and again if I'm at a party or, you know, but I don't have it in the house. I mean, juice and that's probably all bad for you, but I don't have fizzy drinks. You can see, you know, you put a 2p piece in a drink of Coke, what does it do to the 2p piece? It's not good for you. But, you know, we can't, it's hard because they put a lot of stuff in everything. So you have to do your best. But what I'm trying to say is as well, these feminists who go, and I was there thinking, oh yeah, it's all right to have a bit of weight on, you know, love your body, everything I do treat as exercise. Yeah, your house exercising. I was watching two girls I mentioned yesterday from America. Love the girls called I think it was Resistance Chicks. Brilliant. Yeah, dog shit. Yeah, dog poo is organic. Wouldn't eat it. Yeah. Um, and they're great because they were saying the mums taught them to, decorate your house yourself, repaint that wall, wash them floors. They call her Mr. Miyagi, and I thought that is so true. And I remember ages ago I did talk about this, and I'm going to start doing it again because I've got wooden floors. What you do is when you want to clean your floors, not with the chemical stuff, get two cloths. And what I did, and it was really funny, and it was hard work, was put your feet on the cloths and do a Mr. Miyagi with your feet. I know it sounds bonkers. Polish it that way, move along, polish it that way. And you'd like doing exercises for your legs. So housework is exercise, treat it as exercise. You don't actually need to be killing yourself, and walking's very good for you. And also, wax. Yeah, Dad, wax. Yeah, Jamie, wax on, wax off. Do your mirrors for your arms and your legs. So that's going to start being my exercise again, because I did fall off that, but it is true. But this, I'd just like to say before I go, this feminist stuff of like, oh, we've got these, people are going to get offended now, these plus size models, and it's all right to be big, and love yourself, and it's all over, Instagram. And I did it ages ago. I was like, yeah, you got to love yourself. Oh, thank you. But at the end of the day, it's not all right to be overweight. I'm sorry, women. Women, I love you on here. People who've known me from the beginning. I'm not trying to offend you. You know it's true deep down inside. I've seen people that I know who are trying to lose weight, and I can say this because I've been bigger. I need to lose at least a stone or more now. So, I'm not sitting from saying, oh, I'm dead skinny, and I'm telling you. And I have had weight on. With my second child, I piled it on like anything. So I can sit here and talk about how it feels, because I know I'm not talking from a perspective of someone who's always been slim. Like my sister, she's always been a size 8. She has a baby, she looks like she swallowed a grape, and she's skinny again. And I'm like, what? I've always been curvier, so I can pile it on quickly. But I had this discussion with my dad the other day. Women, we are effing lazy. I was still using the excuse of, well, I've just had a baby. Well, I haven't. It was 3 years ago, so just over 3 years ago. So let's stop using that excuse. Oh, I'm tired because the kids are running around. Well, we use it as an excuse, and I'm not trying to offend people. Men as well. It's just we are getting lazy in this day and age, and people might say, oh, no, you're not. But I can speak from that, because when I had my second child, I put a lot of weight on. I had problems with my feet. I had problems with my legs. I couldn't exercise properly because I was out of breath. So I'm sorry, women. It is not healthy. And these women who are... I know in that sense it's good to see sort of people like, oh, yeah, the models and that. But it isn't healthy. And they're trying to say it's healthy with all the other agendas they're trying to put out there. It is not healthy. You will die young, right, or younger, than living a more probably longer life than you could. I'm seeing friends that I've known from school who've put weight on, and they're getting diabetes, and they're my age. I'm only 41. They're getting diabetes. What is going on? It kills you off, people. So what I'm trying to say is, try your hardest. Try this. What you call it, Dad? What's it called? This. And it's not a diet, don't say diet. Retraining your brain how to eat. Stop eating round the clock and stop snacking. It's very hard. We get addicted by our treats. We like bits of, women like the chocolate and that. Don't idle any models. They're sicker on the inside. Exactly, because I'm not being funny. You get a lot of women. I've done selfie snap before, you thought it was all trendy and all that. So, I can talk about it. But you get a lot of girls, and this is where they're getting the next generation as well, who go on Instagram and they're snapping all bodies of, of exercise. And I've done it before, this, that and the other. And you've got to remember, some of these girls, it doesn't mean they're happy behind the scenes. Or some of them who are making out the workout all the time, they're taking pictures from a certain angle that make them look like they've got bigger butts, or they look slim around the waist, and this, that and the other, and they're all putting stuff out there, and we all know they can put stuff on Instagram and YouTube that make them look different, or they're portraying themselves as the happy, this, that and the other. No, they're not. And also these girls that are bigger trying to portray like, whoa, love your body, women love your body. Yeah, Photoshop as well. That's what you've got to remember, girls. Some things you see that are put out there with these eyes aren't really what's going on behind the scenes. They're not really happy. I've seen girls, you're not happy. I'm sorry. If I've seen and I'm talking about really obese people as well who are models, and they're saying, oh, I'm happy, yeah, I'm happy, I love it, I'd rather be like this. No, they wouldn't. If they were at their normal body weight, what they would be, because I'm sorry, they've overeaten, that's how you get big. Anorexias, I'm not saying this in a nasty way, anorexics don't get fat because they don't eat a lot. They're to the other extreme of obese, obviously, because they don't eat a lot. We're not saying don't eat. You just don't, we don't need to eat today the amount of stuff that we eat. And they're portraying, oh, it's all right. They're not happy behind the scenes. What? Can you run for the bus? Can you run after your kids? No, you can't. So it's not healthy. Yeah, it's normalisation. They're trying to make it normal. It is not normal. I said to my dad the other day, if you look round a lot more now, there's a lot of bigger women, bigger people than there ever was ages ago, and young girls. And they're all letting it hang out everywhere. I mean, you know, you can wear things to hide it a little bit and make yourself look a bit better. But it's like some girls just don't care. It's all hanging out. And it's like, what are you doing? If you start off like that younger, you're going to get bigger and bigger. You are going to kill yourself. Some people are not going to like what I'm saying, but it is actually true. You know, deep down inside, it is true. It is not healthy to be bigger. I don't care what anyone says. And I can say it because I've been bigger and I found it very difficult. You know, and men know this as well. There's men that have piled weight on, and you know it's not good for you. You know, you want to grow up, you want to see your kids grow up, and you want to see your grandkids grow up, and you want to kick a football or, you know, do certain things with your boys and your girls, and not be out of breath when you're doing it. Free State UK, very true. So this is what I'm saying about the third eye when you're opening it. I used to walk around and see things on Instagram and think, oh, these girls are great, you know, they're bringing out, you know, women love yourself at any size, you know, you can be big, you can eat, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. The crap that they're putting on our foods is poisoning you. You can't see what you're doing to you inside. Some people say, oh, well, I can do this and I'm bigger, I'm healthy. Well, if we had a look inside your body, I don't think your body would be saying that with cholesterol and this, that and the other. Your body would not be saying that. The things that they're feeding us and, you know, the drinks that they're giving us are not doing your body health. You know it the other day, we've got to start retraining our brains. And this just isn't about, you know, the diet issue. You know, the diet industry is put there to make money. What happens every Christmas? We all overeat, right? Everyone goes mad at Christmas. Got to buy all the food. We haven't got to buy all the food. Christmas is a farce with, I don't mean a farce with, you know, if you're into Jesus and all that, but I mean a farce with everyone's buying stuff. I'm sick to death of seeing people going, oh, did you see what such and such a body got for their kids at Christmas? They spent £1,000 each on the kids. That's why you're in debt. That's why you're still paying it off this year. It's absolutely pathetic. Do you know Robbie's? No, I don't think so. You know, oh yeah. See, there's some things in some things that are right. Do you know what I mean? Like fasting and like you're keeping yourself in debt. Everything is to make money. The diet industry is there to make money. I do believe as well some of these diet foods put out, you think, oh, because it says it's diet or it's Weight Watchers, like it's actually good for you. It's probably full of cack, keeping you fat. Because it's funny how some people lose weight, but it's funny how some people are all on these diet things and they still haven't lost any weight. But you're just thinking in your brain that you are because you're eating certain things from Weight Watchers or whatever. And also, they're there to make money. And at the end of the day, at Christmas, we all overindulge. Everyone's eating and drinking too much. So what do we do after Christmas? Especially women. We're out there, but I've done it. We're out there buying the next video of Davina or whoever it is that's put out a new fitness video. Funny that, isn't it? Because who's the one that was a sham? That young girl who had weight on. Yeah, the cereal bars are a scam. They're all full of sugar and crap. And what was she called? I'm not saying she's a horrible person. Apparently she got sent to, you know, like a fat farm to lose weight, to put that video out, going, look at all the weight I lost, and she put it back on again. You're wondering why people are losing weight and then putting it back on again. Because it's not real and it's not, you know what I mean? More like starve yourself and exercise loads and don't actually eat. Yeah, you're going to lose weight that way. You can actually eat. You've just got to retrain your brain properly and do a bit of exercising. You don't have to be at the gym killing yourself because that's for money as well. You don't have to join a gym to keep fit. You can just do a lot of housework, get off your ass, get off the couch, do your housework. You're on your school runs. Instead of getting the bus, instead of driving your car if it's not too far, walk to school and walk back. Get exercising. Get walking out at night with a couple of friends. It costs nothing. It costs nothing. Get a girl group going. Get walking. I say when I'm doing my school runs, I'm sweating because it's quite a far school run. and it's been hot and it's hard. I actually hate it when it's hot, but I do it because I think, well, it's exercise. And I said to my dad last night, it's hard for me to try and get my brain out of that. You know, my dad knows because it's my dad that my mum was always like, oh, after tea, we'll have a pudding, we'll have a pudding. And even my 3-year-old, I'm trying to get him to stop. You know what kids like? They're always asking for food. Like, he'll have his tea and go, I want this now, I want that, or his breakfast. I said, you've had something, you're not having anything else. Stop moaning. Because it's additives and stuff. It's things keeping us wanting more. Consuming. And the whole thing in the world is about consuming. Consuming fashion, consuming food, whatever it is, keeping up with the Joneses. I'm not bothered about fashion. I don't care. I just like what I like. I go to charity shops and stuff. I'm not really bothered. I don't really care. I don't want to look like everybody else. I live with a school over the road from me, and you wouldn't believe how many lazy parents drive their kids to school oh yeah, I've seen this. They drive the kids to school and they live 5 minutes away. It takes me about, well, the way I walk, and I have to put my little one in a buggy, not because like he's going to another nursery soon, so we will be walking. It's just too far, and he falls asleep on the way home from school, and I cannot carry him home. He's too heavy. I cannot do it, especially in this weather. Yeah, and it is a shame. And I've seen people who do that, and it's like, it's literally, it's probably about, it probably takes some people about 25 minutes, but the way I walk, I get there in about 15 because I do actually walk really fast. I've always been a fast walker. I'm always walking dead fast. I can't be doing with walking slow, which is good. But I don't drive anyway. I think if I drove, I'd be a lot bigger than I am. People use it as an excuse. They don't want to walk anywhere. I know some people who would get the car to go to the shop round the corner, literally 2 minutes just to go to the shop round the corner. They want you staying lazy. They want you not exercising. If you do go and exercise, you've got to go and join a gym and pay. I've got weights here. I need to get back on them. I've been to and fro with what's going on. You can do a few weights. You can do things at home. You do not need to be joining a gym. Yeah, even in the rain, I do it in the rain. I made sure I've got a big raincoat. It's got a big hood on it. I don't need to hold an umbrella. And I can walk. I don't mind the rain as long as I've got something to keep dry. It's got a big hood, not a hood that comes to here. A hood that comes here. You're not getting wet. I've been asked about Discord and even on We The People 24/7 because I think Reverend Simon Sideways asked me to join, and I'm really stupid with technology and I don't know what I'm doing. I will have to go to the link. I even went on the one for dummies and I still didn't know what I was doing, but that is just me. But I don't mean to offend people, especially when I'm talking about weight, because I know that is a big issue for women, but it is true women, and I will talk about it, and I will come and do a video about this because I'm one that has been lazy, has used the excuse of having a kid, has tried to, say, oh, it's all right to be a woman and be, I know there's women with different shapes and sizes, and some are smaller than others naturally, but I'm talking about when you're eating too much and going over your sort of natural body shape. And people use the excuse of, are you ready for this? Yeah, well, it's just because I'm big boned. No, it's not. When you see your skeleton isn't big boned. I used to say that, and then I know it's not true because I've seen pictures of when I was younger or a few years back when I've lost weight before. I was smaller everywhere. So it's not because you're big boned. We use it as an excuse to feel better about ourselves. It's just because I'm big boned. No, you're not big boned. You might only be a bit big boned if you're taller. You're not big boned. 4-word diet, eat less, move more. That is what my dad's always telling me because he does well with it. And I'm just trying to retrain my brain. Yeah, but your mentality has changed. I can't see that. Let me see. I said my dad about this chat. It's really annoying. Mentality has changed and you're awake now, but a shame. That's what I mean, because I'm awake. I see things for what they are. I see the diet industry. I see how these, like I said, women over the top with the feminist thing over the top of trying to say it's all right for women to be like this. It's not all right. I see it because I am awake. That's why my mentality has changed. And I think that's why some people took offence on my channel and disappeared or unsubscribed because they thought I was offending them with either they thought I was being racist, they thought I was being sexist or whatever they thought, whatever. No, it's not. It's because I woke up, smelled the coffee and realised what is actually going on in this world. And I feel sorry for these people that can't see. I hope they do come back to my channel. I hope they do wake up, even if it's slightly, and they're starting to see things. I hope they come back. Doesn't matter if they don't, because, you know, people, they'll find their own way of waking up. I just get frustrated with it. But it is an important thing, women. It is. I know. I will do a talk on it. I know it hurts when you put weight, and I know women are definitely not happy when they feel bigger, because you don't feel right in your clothes. You'll have clothes in the back of the wardrobe you want to put on, and you try and fool yourself and think, I'll get into them one day, and you don't. And it upsets you. And then, you know, you don't feel good when your jeans are tighter and your tops aren't fitting you properly. You feel frumpy. I don't care what you say, you don't like it. And the only way you can change it is to start changing your mentality, looking into things and researching, like I said, trying to eat healthy, even though it's hard, like I said, with the stuff they're doing, but trying to get out of that snacking in between, having something. I know not all people have something to eat first thing in the morning, but you know, if you're in that mentality of your brain's telling you, I'm hungry now, you're not, you're thirsty, just go and get a drink. Try to stay off, because what I try and do is, what time is it now? I'm going to have something at 11, so I'll be going in a bit. 11, and then I'm going to have 8 hours. It doesn't mean scoff everything in 8 hours. I'll probably have my breakfast at 11, but that'll be classed as my dinner. And then if I do get hungry in between, I might have some fruit. I'm out anyway, so I probably won't have anything because I'm out. And then when I come back in, I'll have my tea. And that's, you know, I might have a biscuit after my tea, but it's going to be done in that 8 hour window. And then I'm not having nothing. I'm just, you know, I'll be having my drinks and, you know, my water and a coffee. But I'm going to try and fast then, because the great thing is, the earlier you go to bed as well, is when you're going to bed, you're doing that part of the fasting, so you sleep. So that's the easy part. The hardest part is when you're awake and you're getting enticed by what you see on TV, you know. You sat there in the morning and a big advert comes on for breakfast biscuits, or, you know, that's why it's all put out there. Subconsciously, you're like, oh, I need something to eat. No, you don't. Switch the bloody telly off. Go and do some Mr. Miyagi cleaning your windows, or cleaning your mirrors, or Mr. Miyagi on the floor. It's quite fun actually if you've got wooden floors. Your kids can do it. It's like skating. You just spray some spray, move your foot that way because it slips, move your foot that way, move across. It is quite funny and it's hard work, leg work. So yeah, I just hope people, women, you know, you ones that know I've been on now for a bit, don't take offence if you're carrying some weight. I'm still carrying a bit. My dad told me, my dad will tell you, he did tell me. He didn't mean to say it the way he said it, but he said you still are, you know, you need to lose a bit more weight. And I was like, I know. I took offence, I got upset, I cried, and then I thought, Janine, but he's right. Stop pretending. And I know a lot of you can tell I've lost quite a bit of weight from, obviously, the beginning. You can go back and look. I was a lot bigger when I had my second child, but it's not an excuse anymore. Us women do use it as an excuse. Could be saying it till I'm in my 60s. Well, I have had a baby, you know. How old is he? Oh, he's 40 odd. I'm not using it as an excuse. We ladies do use it as an excuse. But yeah, anyway, I'm just waffling now, but I'm just saying it's great to see. Let's see what happens in mainstream media today or whatever, you know, when Trump meets the Queen, and just let's see what stuff they try and pump out. Let's see if these balloons go ahead. Let's see what happens with the marches on Saturday and that. So yeah, so like I said, check out Henry Davis, Kevin's Corner, like I said yesterday, and Resistant Chicks, because they're great as well. And let's just say, let's make Britain great again. Let's make America great again. Let's make the world great again. Good versus evil. We are winning. And yeah, and if you haven't got one of these, go and get one. And if you haven't got a Q-top, go and get one. eBay people. So yeah, I'm just overjoyed that more people are waking up and just watching, like I said, watching Henry Davis crying. Some people might think, oh, he's a mardos, you know, he's a grown man crying. The reason why he's crying, he's crying happy tears, it's from the heart, you know. If you can't watch that and not get a lump in your throat at least, it's a bit like Q, the Plan to Save the World documentary, the 10-minute thing that I've been telling people to go and watch. If you don't get a lump in your throat of how we've been used to divide races and divide certain things that are going on, it's just awful. But I get a tear in my eye every time I watch him say that. I could even talk about it now, I could fill up, because it's just a beautiful thing for beautiful things that Trump's doing. And it's just a shame that these evil people are trying to put it out to the opposite of what he's doing when we know he's doing good. But, you know, there's a lot more of us than they think. So, whatever, it's getting out, like I said. And I shall go and do my bacon and egg sandwich for my breakfast/dinner and finish my coffee off, and I'll just have a nosy round, probably go and watch the NATO video before I've got to go out, you know, and just keep an eye on what's being said around the globe, or flat earth, or whatever you want to call it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.